That's right, it's the Nerdy Podcast. Go and check us out on facebook.com/nerdymedia, on Twitter @IrishNerds, and go to patreon.com/nerdy. Throw us a few quid so we can buy a studio, start banging out videos and doing more and more things for you. Hello and welcome to the Nerdy Podcast. It's been ages. I'm Gar. I'm here with Id. Here with Murray. Here with Ken. Here with Steph.
That's all getting mad into Battle Royales now.
Finally, one has been released so that normal people can play.
And that we were all thought was going to be terrible. Because it ruined everything we liked about Titanfall.
Yeah. And it's fucking...
Oh, we're not talking about Tetris?
No. Actually, do you know, before we do Apex, people keep talking about this Battle Royale Tetris. What is it?
It looks class.
So,
you played it.
I've been playing it, yeah. So, this is on the Nintendo Switch only as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
And it's essentially an exclusive... It's a free download if you pay for their version of PlayStation Plus, which is Nintendo Switch Online.
Which seems to be Microsoft.
Nintendo Switch Live. But it's Tetris. It's just Tetris, except you're playing a game simultaneously with 100 other players.
And whoever lasts the longest.
Yeah, and it's Battle Royale.
Okay.
But you know the way when you play versus Tetris, you can put junk blocks on another player's screen?
I think so, yeah.
On some versions of Tetris you can, but in this one you can see on either, so there's your board in the middle, and you can see other people's boards really, really small.
Okay.
And you can target, there's a way that you can pick another player.
All right.
And when you get a Tetris or you do whatever to send junk blocks, you pick who it goes to.
Okay.
So you can try and pick on people.
You can't quite, because I haven't personally played it, but my roommate has been basically addicted to it since it came out. So there's 4 different. You can't choose specific people, but you basically press the A, B, X, Y, and it chooses either people who have sent them to you, people who are about to die, people who are winning, and then or random. So and it's whenever you finish a line, it sends a line to someone else, or sends an amount of blocks to someone else.
It's bananas. It's
absolutely
awesome. I played a few games of it there. The first game I played, I got into the last 25, and I thought I was like, I'm doing pretty well.
100 players.
There's 100 players, and then the next game I was like 60 something, and I just got ruined.
The best I've seen Paula get to is 3rd, and she's been playing it non-stop for about 5 days.
But people were saying you can see the usernames, you see the leaderboard at the end, and you see who got eliminated, and it's shit like Love My Kids 64, and it's like Mary's Switch 18 and shit like that. So it's just like L ones and like people that like OG fucking Tetris killers. And just like loads of dopes like me that think they understand Tetris because it's a video game.
Yeah, in first place.
But like,
so you're getting ruined by mothers.
I'm getting ruined by mots. Yeah.
For a change.
No, not mots, mothers.
Who are mots?
He's been ruined by mothers before.
But I mean, there's.
Did you piss off?
I mean, there's not.
I've seen stuff popping up. When did this come out? It's new?
It came out. It only came out
or something.
It was after. So Nintendo did a direct last Wednesday.
Yeah.
And it was one of the things they said it was like available after they did their like little mini presentation.
I think that was the 13th. So it would have been gone up Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Or the day after.
Yeah, it was around then. Because again, I don't have a Switch, but it's the internet, everything fucking pops up on the internet.
Yeah.
But I saw people going batshit about Tetris again, and I hadn't a clue what was going on. And it was only when I saw, I think Penny Arcade doing a little webcomic talking about Battle Royale mode Tetris, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out
how you do that.
I thought it was like everybody, the way in my brain I was like, okay, there's just a normal Tetris board, and you've got it's like 20 people, and eventually it'll be your turn to drop.
Everyone gets a piece.
Everyone gets a piece.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Tetris.
Yeah, and if you don't nail it, you're fucked. You're out. That's what I thought. I thought that's, and I was like,
good job, you're not writing this.
Yeah, but in my head, I was like, that's savage. In my head, I was like, oh, like every 20 goes, I get one, and it's like a team effort almost, where everybody's on the same team playing against the randomized drops of bricks,
No.
But yeah, your way sounds way better. Like,
Like I haven't downloaded it to my Switch yet. But my roommates have been addicted to it. And I'm like, look,
I'm from the north
stop.
side. I'm never going to have a Switch.
The one thing
I'm also from the north.
You're not. You're from the country.
I actually think
it's fair.
this is a sign that Nintendo kind of have a fucking clue what's going on, because the last couple of I think there's been free demos of Tetris Effect on some of the other platforms, or like Tetris Effect has been getting hubbub, and obviously the Switch isn't getting that. Where if this was the Wii U, Nintendo would have went, well, that's kind of shit. Everyone's getting this Whopper Tetris game and we don't really have anything. Oh well. Whereas now they went, well, no, here's a thing that we can develop that everyone's talking about Tetris, so we're going to push out an interesting Tetris game that kind of capitalizes on what's going on in the gaming market at the minute. Like, it's not Tetris Effect. It's not as visually amazing, but it is just like ultimate batshit mental Tetris.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you kind of want, like, you're going to need to be, you're going to have to be like proper shit hot at fucking Tetris, lads. Like,
Yeah.
like how long is an average game?
Like 3-4 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Even-
Well, I mean,
Maybe-
speed up like normal Tetris.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I haven't, like, any of the games that I've played, like, the longest they've gone is maybe one went over 5 minutes.
Like, it's the same speed as standard Tetris.
Really?
So,
Okay.
like, it's maybe a little bit faster because you're getting fucked with more.
Imagine being the first person to get kicked out, like 15 seconds in, like, where it's impossible to lose, but you still do.
Yeah.
Before all the junk starts getting sent
Yeah.
over.
Well, someone has to be first, like, you know.
Fucking hell. All right, so that's Battle Royale is obviously.
It's taken over everything.
I knew what like Fortnite was, because I remember the night of launch we were all playing Titanfall, actually, surprisingly enough, and someone was like, this game is free and everybody's playing it, and I think load of us downloaded it. I remember talking to you on the headset, and me and you played like a minute and a half and went, fuck this bullshit.
Yeah, that's crap.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm not a footballer, so I'm
Yeah,
not into it.
Yeah, exactly. This is like FIFA for fucking lads who want to shoot people. That's what this is.
Not even.
Yeah, but it was like lads building platforms into the sky and building houses, and I hadn't a clue what was going on at the end of it. So I just automatically assumed all Battle Royale games are
Or
just
like that.
like this. Until fucking Apex Legends, which is the spiritual successor to Titanfall 2, which is one of my favourite games ever. What I think is the greatest shooter of all time. But
Did they confirm that they cancelled Titanfall 3 to push this out?
no.
Okay.
No.
I think they confirmed that Titanfall 3 is in production.
They confirmed that there is no Titanfall 3.
They said there's a Titanfall premium product on the way.
Yeah.
What the fuck is premium?
That means it's on the phone then, obviously, right?
Yeah,
Probably,
exactly.
yeah.
Well, apparently what happened was the rumours of Titanfall 3 weren't actually rumours of Titanfall 3. The rumours of Titanfall 3 were, we're making a new Titanfall game. And that started even before the EA buyout.
You know what I think is going to happen? I think Titanfall 2 was not as big as Titanfall 1.
Titanfall 2 got wrecked because it came out at the wrong time of the year.
Yeah, exactly, right? So Titanfall was a Xbox only game, right? And PC, right? So that means that if Titanfall 2 wasn't a huge success, it's not a massive PlayStation 4 game, right? I think what they're going to do is they're going to rebrand. They're going to do Titanfall from the start again.
I think
So
that
the next Titanfall won't be called Titanfall 3, it'll be called
Titanfall Origins.
27.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah,
Titanfall
right.
Origins.
Yeah, it's going to be a prequel. I guarantee it's going to be a prequel.
Yeah.
I guarantee it's going to be about the first Titans. I put my balls on the line for that.
And then if
That
people-
this is their version of a reboot.
And then they're hoping that this Apex Legends will drum up a bit of hype for it, because
Well,
it's going to be the same setting. And
Apparently, Apex Legends has got like thousands of people all over the world back
10
playing.
million now.
Back playing.
Oh, but playing
Titanfall
Titanfall,
2.
yeah. People are actually playing
Okay.
Titanfall 2
Like
again.
those servers are fucking jam packed
Everywhere,
again.
like Xbox, PS4 and PC, they're
People
all
are
back
fucking
on.
balls deep in it.
Is that because people are playing Apex and going, yeah, it's good, but I don't have my Titan. I want to go back and have my Titan.
Exactly,
I want
because
to
people
roll.
are hearing about
Some of it is
Titanfall.
that, and then some of it is also just people are finding out, because some people never play Titanfall.
Yeah.
And
This
when Apex Legends launched, they did a smart thing where, at least they did it on the Xbox, where you could get Titanfall 2 for a $5.
Yeah.
So people were like, well, it's only a $5. I'll check it out and see what it's like. It's got all the guns in it that I like.
Yeah.
It's got a story mode in it. I'll check
There's
it out.
also realistically a massive base of people who are going to play something like that, like a free battle royale game, no matter what it's associated with.
And
They're not going to know what Titanfall 2 is.
And I think the reason that this game is getting so much positive press, like, so let's say Fortnite never existed. All the stupid dopey little kids that are playing Fortnite would have flocked to this game because it was free.
Yeah.
But even there's like lads talking about playing the likes of Call of Duty and Counter, like all those kind of games,
Yeah,
and they're
just
like,
normal.
I've played a load of games and it's just dudes like me that just came home from work.
That's
and
what it was, yeah.
You know, and they're like, Fortnite has taken away all the little shitheads that were ruining games like Black Ops and Call of Duty, and it is just, it's killers.
Yeah.
And it's just lads that, you know,
So you're getting murked every game.
It's brutal.
but it's not little kids screaming into their fucking headsets.
There's none of that.
There's none of the shite that made people turn off those games in the first place, because all those
So
kids.
Fortnite's great then because it's like a magnet for cowards.
Mutants, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But I mean,
Mutant,
and all those kids are just there playing for free with their mates, and the adults that want to play actual games are now playing all these games.
Yeah. I promise you that this game, this Apex fucking Legends game, it's incredible. I promise, it's fucking super. It's just a giant deathmatch. It's all it is.
The thing that I like.
So it's PUBG then, basically.
It is. It's just that, but it's faster than that.
Yeah,
and
it plays exactly like Titanfall, right? Bar wall running and double jumps. That's all you're missing. So it feels like a more traditional.
I understand.
first person.
We were discussing it. I understand why you take out wall running and the zip line because
zip line's in it, but it's a trait.
Yeah. But I understand if you're running to the center, you don't want people to be too fast. But why would you take out double jump?
They just said it was all the movement.
Yeah.
The movement was too much. Like the way this actually came about was after.
So there's no sliding either on the
So
ground.
there is
the
sliding,
sliding,
and it's
So the sliding and double jump should be.
But you can't bunny hop the way you could in Titanfall. Like in Titanfall 2, there's this thing called that bunny hopping where if you slide while you're aiming a gun and you jump and you aim a gun and you slide and you jump and you aim a gun and you keep repeating that process, you keep your momentum and you go really fast and you fly around corners. So the problem that they have with having that mechanic in the game was
Too easy.
people who are just too good. It makes the skill ceiling so much higher.
Yeah.
And because, like, I was talking to a friend of mine who he hasn't tried it yet, but he's not into, like, he doesn't think he's into Apex Legends because he's like, I want there to be sliding, and I want there to be double jumping, and I want wall running. And like, I played Titanfall 2 for ages until the point that I got to it was just lads who were so good at that stuff that you were getting killed from positions and from speeds you could not see because it was just like you would see a dot fly across the thing and two shots to the head, you're murdered. And that's fine in Titanfall because the thing he liked about Titanfall as well is
you're straight back in,
you're straight back in, but you've also got the AI lads. So you've got like the little grunts running around that you can kill and you get your time. So you can feel like you're being productive towards it. And this once you're dead, you're like you can be respawned. That's a clever thing.
Who? I've never been respawned.
You've never been respawned?
Not once.
I have. It's not nice because you get respawned and then there's lads just waiting for you.
Of course, it's standing there.
Yeah.
My roommate constantly complains to people because he never gets respawned.
The minute I'm dead, I just leave the fucking game.
Yeah, surely you're meant to jump into the next.
No, you're supposed to sit there like a
this
prick.
one you're meant to stay there. Until the squad is gone, you can be respawned.
Yeah, they pick up your banner from your dead body and they clone you again in this machine, basically.
Like I died trying to respawn one of my teammates.
Yeah, forget it.
Because it was like I thought the firefight scared everyone off. I was like, all right, I'm in the clear.
No, they sit there waiting, the pricks. Yeah, these are.
No, but again,
he's like the sniper from Full Metal Jacket. She's just waiting to get the next
it's
one.
a good little trap. You just follow them around. You wait. It's like, right, well, once you go to start getting your mate back, I'm just going to shoot you in the head.
Yeah.
But I think the squad element is something very different from all. Like now in games like PUBG and Fortnite, you can queue up as a squad.
Yeah.
Like you can play in duos or teams of 3, and you get matched up playing. I think in PUBG it was only duo. And you had to wait for people that were playing duo as well. And rather than there being 100 individual people, it was 50 teams of 2. Yeah. Whereas in this one, by the default, it is just, 20 squads of 3, so it's 60 players overall.
So it's a bit smaller.
Yeah, but I like the squad element because then, now there's some benefits and there's some downsides to it, but I feel like the benefits outweigh the downsides.
The problem is you get in the squad with even one numpty, right? You're fucked. You need a full squad to get.
So if I jumped in this tomorrow, I'd be rusty as fuck.
You and Johnny Numpty and Johnny Numpty 2, right, are going to be fucking bestos, right? And the whole idea is you pick. There's like 8 characters. You pick the character that suits the way you want to play.
Is there like a sniper and a
shooter or a splat?
No, all the weapons are generic, so anyone can pick up any weapon. But all the characters have
a trait.
So there's a guy called Pathfinder. He's a robot. He has the grapple hook.
Yeah. He's the robot out
so they've divvied out all of the gear.
All the traits.
You can look at all the traits that they have. There's a character who does the hollow pilot thing, where he sends out decoys.
The shield.
There's a character who goes invisible for a little bit.
Yeah.
You can look at all the pilot traits that they have in Titanfall, and they all map 1-to-1 to what they have in.
So they're just taking one of those things, like the hologram, like you said, and bang it into a character. So these characters play the way, so your skill thing in Titanfall 2 was that you liked the shield, or you liked having the the zip line. So you pick the character that has that. You know what I mean? Because you start off with empty hands. You literally have nothing but your bollocks in your hands when you start the game. You know what I mean? And you have to go.
See, I don't like
looking.
that. That's what I hate about Fortnite. You land in, and if you land in the wrong spot, that's
But
just
here you aim, right? When this is where it gets kind of weird. You're in a jump ship at the start with your squad, right? And one of 3 of you is the jump master, right? It might be you, it might be somebody else, right?
So it's
you're
different every game,
looking at the you're looking at the map, like the island,
Yeah.
from a height, and you as the team have to vote as to where you
Where you
would
wanna
like
drop
to
in,
land.
yeah.
Now the jump master can override. They say fuck yous, and we're going over here.
Yeah,
right?
if the jump master has the final say.
Yeah, he controls.
But the other 2 team members can ping a spot, and the jump master can go. Okay, we're going to go
Yeah.
there.
The biggest thing in this game is the ping system. The ping system is
Excellent.
The ping system
absolutely
is bananas.
outrageously good. I
Like-
don't know why you have.
What does that mean?
Exactly.
I've won games with people
Just
that I
ping.
don't know just by pinging with them. Back
So
and
the
forth.
whole idea
lads
behind
who probably
ping,
don't even speak the same language as me.
the whole idea with ping is that because the map is so big, right, and
It's
your
like a
team-
scan button or something.
kind of.
It's just a button that
It's
you hit it.
dropping
and
a pin on Google Maps,
Yeah.
right? So if you're looking at the map and you see a big set of buildings over there, like you basically look at it and press R1,
Yeah.
and it drops a pin there, and your
Big
character
red ball on it, like the
kind of it's like a beam of light that points to it,
And
right?
it's all context sensitive. So
Yeah.
if you're looking at a weapon and you
Yeah.
want to say there's a weapon here, there's ammo here.
There's-
If there's an enemy over there, you ping them. You
Yeah.
double tap it, says there's
And
an enemy
everybody's
over there.
able to see then that enemy.
You can hold it down and you can say stuff like, "I'm going to watch over here.
Yeah.
There's been activity over here. Let's go over this way." It's
So
so
it means that
good.
you don't need a headset.
You
Yeah,
do not need
you
it.
don't need a headset.
And it's context sensitive as well. In
Yeah.
that, like I've seen it where I've been getting shot by a sniper and I'll turn around and I'll ping where the sniper is, and my character will tell the other characters there's a sniper up on that ridge.
Also, it'll kick off
It
a
was
voice
it's
line.
smart.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
smart enough to say there's somebody with this shotgun, assault
Yeah.
rifle coming at us. You know,
And there's
sniper on
also
the ridge.
there's like a weird language with the ping that you start picking up. So there's these drop boxes, they're like these big kind of canisters, and they're full of weapons and armor and bullets. Bullets are an absolute like
Premium.
you'll get a gun, you might have 4 bullets in it. You know what I mean? Or you might get a gun that is fully decked out with the sniper scope and the stock and the
one
fucking
shot, yeah.
like an absolute murderous machine. Or you might just get the bag of shite one with a bullet in it, right? You'd never
Well, that's
know
the thing,
what
like
you're
in Fortnite, right? So you jump out of the helicopter or whatever, the drop ship, right? And
you got a rocket pack.
you rocket in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How do you know where the guns are?
You don't.
You kind of do. You learn.
You get an idea.
So
Like-
the 2 things it does is there's different areas. So the areas are marked out. There's stuff
Yeah.
like there's one called Skull Town, and then there's a place called like Relay,
Scorched Forest
Yeah,
and-
Scorched
yeah,
Forest,
yeah.
and like the artillery or the bunker, or whatever.
Yeah.
All the areas have set rarity of gear. So in the swamplands, for example, there'll be like purple gear. The better gear will show up there.
Yeah.
So you can go there with a good chance that you get gear there.
Well, everyone's going to drop in there.
Exactly.
Everyone might drop in there.
Yeah.
The other thing to do is then there's a circle that will randomly show up. So one area would be picked as the hot spot.
Yeah.
There will definitely be good guns there, but everyone's going to go there. There's also there's this secondary ship that flies along called the loot barge, and it has a draw. It shows you where it's going to finish up, and it shows you throwing in on the map, so you can get there early and try and get all the guns on top of it. Or
But
you
it's
could-
usually-
you could wait until it lands.
It's usually an absolute fuck fest. on that
Any
new
time
part.
I've gone on there, it has ended badly.
It's absolute showdown
it's
at the
been
OK
like-
Corral. Like
the
there's
best
other
thing-
lads with nothing running around and lads with machine guns hooring after them.
The
like,
best
you
thing
know.
about the game is that even when you die, and even when you lose, everything always has a story. It's never just like I just walked around the corner and some lad shot me.
Yeah.
It's always like with the loot barge. I went to try and get on the loot barge, and me and 6 other lads ran for one gun.
Yeah, had a
And
Mexican standoff.
Had a
One guy
Mexican
got to it
standoff.
first,
One
yeah.
guy got to it first, and the rest of us all turned away and tried to fucking leg it. And some of us got away, and some of us didn't.
Yeah.
And some of us died falling down to the ground. But it's always
So if there's six guys run for a gun, right?
Yeah.
One guy gets it.
Yeah.
The other 4 lads just can't punch the face off.
Oh, they can't.
Punching,
Yeah, they
but
could-
punching does very little.
So he's just going to turn around.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
just-
punching does set
you can
damage and
pickaxe,
knocks
right?
them back.
Yeah.
Well, in Fortnite you do, but in this you just have your
Just
fist.
and you're gonna
yeah.
you push them back a little
Now,
bit.
I have managed to punch a fella off the
punch
drop
animation
ship.
is so slow as well.
When he got
Holy
hit,
shit.
he got knocked back off it, and now his gun was no use because he's on the ground.
Yeah.
So he's stuck there and there now, and I don't have to worry about him.
You can fall from any height and survive because you have
yeah,
jetpack.
which
as
is
well, right?
which is excellent. So like even when you're dying,
Yeah.
you can crawl off a cliff and just fall down to the next level.
Like when you get shot, you fall and you've got like I think it's like 20 seconds that you can be revived by somebody on your team,
Yeah.
and you can also get knockdown shields, which is like a big energy shield that stops bullets hitting you, stop lads from finishing you off. So basically, you're looking around and you can see the little tag of your teammates running around, and you're like that prick's behind that car, so you're like it's really slowly crawling with a shield to try and get over to him so he'll revive you. But like pricks will fucking shoot somebody in the team and just sit there waiting. to see if
You're
they're
big.
gonna
You're
you're
people
based
into
then.
big, and it's the best.
It's
feeling.
highly complex, I'm telling you. And that ping system, there's a language in the ping system, which is weird.
I think something that we talked about in this podcast previously was when Monster Hunter World came out, and you were saying, Steph, there's a very similar ping system in Monster Hunter.
It's not as good as this, but yeah.
But you were saying there's like Monster Hunter has, well, it's not as sophisticated as this one. Like you were saying, you were playing with a couple of Japanese lads based on the usernames, and you guys were able to communicate perfectly where you were going and what you were doing.
Yeah.
And you took a monster down with two random lads from a completely different country and culture.
It takes more to get used to it, but yeah, no, that does have it.
But I think that's probably something that's what's going to happen now going forward. Where
Every game's going to have to.
I think every game has
where it got to the point where where headsets came out and voice comms came out, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, well sure, why do we need to put in these ping systems? Sure, we'll just get everyone on a headset." And then you've just got Mongos shouting into headphones. And now I think this is the way it's going to go now. With these ping systems.
The one really bad thing about this game is the voice comms in it is fucking rubbish. Like the audio quality of the voice comms.
So if we hook up together and say, right, get on the party.
No, it's alright in the PlayStation if we hook up because we'll be on a
we'll use the party system.
We'll be using the party system. Well, I've had it where like I'll be playing with in game and some random lad
talking to a potato. Like.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I've seen people talk about like how they've got really expensive, good quality headsets, and they just sound like absolute.
Do you reckon that's even on purpose?
I think it's to force you to use the ping system.
I think it's. They talked about the reason they ended up making such a good ping system was when they decided when they were making the game, they tested it by playing it against each other or playing it with each other.
Yeah.
But they tested it with random usernames. So the developers when they were playing it didn't know they were playing with their mate next door. Like, they just played it with random usernames. So they had to develop the ping system out of that. I kind of think that they just didn't. They kind of went, we'll just throw in like the most basic voice support in the world.
Yeah.
Well, they know if you're on PlayStation and your mates, you're just going to set up a party, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it seems to me you either set up a party with people you know, or you just ping. You don't do anything in between.
Yeah. It's so fun.
Well,
I can't believe how good it is.
I've not played yet with people I know, but I imagine the experience is way better.
I played with
it's worse because your mates are shit.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm going to be the shit one, so I need you lads to carry me. You guys have been playing this for a few weeks.
That's where you want some random fella who gets like 20 kills and he just carries you to the victory. But when you play with your mates, suddenly, because all your mates are shit like you.
Yeah.
You don't get carried by some German lad.
I played 2 or 3 games with Andy. And
Andy shit, so.
No, it was fine. There was some fucking like numpty on the other guy on the team. But I enjoyed it. Like it was interesting to be able to talk to somebody.
Yeah, and the thing about even I'm thinking back to fucking 6-7 years ago when we played League of Legends. It didn't matter how shite you were. If you were on Skype or voice comms with your mates, you're just having a laugh. Like, if it's a fundamentally good game and you can have a bit of crack with your mates, then it doesn't even really matter if you win, if you get stomped. If you stomp someone else, like you were saying, there's stories that come out of that shit.
I found that even when I played it with mates in a party of 3 of us and we were on voice comms, we'll still use the ping system.
Oh, you still do. You need the visual replica. The map's that big. You need.
If I say there's a guy over there.
Exactly.
Where?
Which direction? There's a lot of it. But also just for stuff like there's ammo here. Don't feel like saying there's heavy ammo here if anyone wants it. You just pick it. Card will say if anyone wants heavy ammo, they go over and get it.
Exactly. There's a system.
And you save the voice comms for proper stuff.
Yeah, exactly. There's a system in it where it's called the circle. I think it's every 3 minutes a new round starts, and there's a section of the map is the only kind of viable section of the map for those 3 minutes.
Yeah,
so if you're outside of the circle, because the map's that big, it'll say you've got fucking 40 seconds to get into the circle, and it'll show you on the map where it is. And if you don't get there, basically just big giant wall of fire that starts coming towards you.
Yeah, but that's standard fare for the battle royale games as well.
So it just pushes you in there, and I kind of discovered there today, actually, of all days, I got right to the edge of the circle, and I'm looking kind of into the heart of the circle, like looking for people, looking, and all of a sudden it was like, but aren't they going to be coming from behind me? And as I turned around, just the whole squad of absolute bastards just ran up on me, like getting away from the wall of fire. Like I'm looking in the fucking complete wrong direction. So it's snaky and it's advanced, but it's perfect for people who play normal shooter games. It's a perfect intro.
Do you think they'll add the robots to it, or is it just too balanced?
I would absolutely no. Titans aren't going into it. I guarantee you, there's going to be a pilot in it.
I thought that
character.
I think the only way they'll do Titans is there was a thing they did in Fortnite for a while. Where
Could you have like a one Titan versus everyone?
They added Thanos to Fortnite.
Yeah.
So one person got to be Thanos. They got to find the Infinity Gauntlet, and they got to be Thanos, and they could run around one-shotting people. And then effectively it became that one lad against everyone else until he was dead.
So
I think they could add a Titan in, and somebody can get a Titan. And the thing with Titans is, if they add Titans in, they don't have any.
There's no rocket launchers.
There's no anti-Titan weapons in this at the moment.
No, there's only grenades.
There's only grenades. So
Well, they can just make it that you can just shoot it to death. It'd be hard.
Well, there's bits on Titans you can shoot that normal ones will do damage.
Normally, normal infantry stuff doesn't do anything against it, but was like the Titan weapons. They could put in
energy guns.
and stuff
just
like
make
that.
it a mode.
Exactly, they could make it a mode. And they probably will.
Yeah, I think it would be the one thing I remember now. This is a blast from the past, but if you remember the Space Marine, that old game, the Warhammer game, there was a mode, the Dreadnought Assault mode, where it was one lad in the Dreadnought against a squad of lads. And you were a Dreadnought with the fucking assault cannon and the power fist, and the lad, you had to strategize how to, because like one-on-one he just mints you one at a time, but you had to would group up and strategize to take it out. So
I
probably
think
something like that.
I think they're going to add in characters. The people you can play with at the moment are kind of they're reminiscent of like the team leaders in Titanfall 2. You know the way you can pick with the piss head dudes, the fucking robot face board, whatever.
The fucking South African and all that.
South African, yeah, exactly. You know,
he's in it. He's in the intro.
Yeah, like there's all that. They're all reminiscent of kind of that those clans. So I think you're going to have a pilot, and I don't think he's going to be assault based. I think this thing is going to be just evasion. I think he's going to have double jump. I think that'll be his passive ability. You got a passive and active and a special.
Ultimate.
I think Overwatch proved as well that you can have in RTS games of the past where everyone could sprint, everyone could double jump, everyone could do whatever, but you had in Overwatch, one of the things they showed was only one character can sprint in Overwatch. Only one character can double jump in Overwatch. Only one character has a hook. Yeah. So I think Overwatch kind of showed that you can have what used to be universal ability in a game. You can balance it by only one character has this ability.
This is absolutely this game. Absolutely is a cross between something like PUBG or Fortnite with Overwatch. 100%.
Yeah.
It's elements,
but
of
not cartoony and shy.
Not cartoony and shy. No.
And because anyone can have any weapon. Yeah. There's no worry. The only thing they have to make sure they balance are the powers that they give them. Yeah. So you're passive, you're active, and you're ultimate. Yeah. As long as there is a balance.
If those balances are off, people won't pick down characters because they're shy.
All the characters are very active.
So you're getting a good mix of all.
Yeah. You'll never see someone who's ignored. Yeah. Of those 8 characters, they're all very, very valid.
There's one at the moment that I think is the one that it's because it's the ones that I keep seeing people with thousands of kills.
Wraith.
Yeah. Now I think the reason for that is she can go invisible, she can run faster when she goes invisible, and she can do this portal thing. But as well as that, her passive is she gets told when someone's looking at you. Yeah. Which is like having an extra pair of eyes in the back of your head.
Sense.
Yeah. So someone aims down their sight at you get told they're looking right at us. So even if you don't know where, if you can't see them, you slide leg it, put your gun away.
I played with her once and I didn't know what the fuck's going on. It's like having an epileptic.
But all the absolute murderers who have thousands,
the best players are using her because she's harder to use. Right?
And that synergizes really well, where your ability is you go invisible and your movement speed is increased for however many seconds. So as soon as someone goes, someone's looking at you, you can just go, I go invisible and I run somewhere I know
into
I'm
the
hiding.
warp. Fucking.
But another thing that's really clever is that everyone's powers can be used to your enemy's advantage. So she has a power where she puts a portal down, and she runs for 20 seconds and then puts another one down.
Your team members can go through it.
Everyone can go through it. Yeah. I've seen this clip where she puts the portal down and it starts off in the outside in the burning zone, and then she gets to the inside and there's somebody chasing her the whole time. But as soon as she puts down the second one, your man runs through that portal and gets sent back to the first one, right back into the burning zone. Yeah.
So you can play offensively and defensively with a lot of the powers.
Yeah.
Each character has I think there's 8 characters and there's 3 offensive, 3 defensive,
and then 2 healers,
2 utility,
one healer and 1 support guy, or something weird like that.
Is that the smoke lads?
Yeah. Bangalore, he does the smoke. She's offensive. Okay. She's a soldier. And there's the tank guy, the shield guy, and support is the robot. Wraith is offensive as well.
Lifeline is.
Is the turrets and all that stuff still in it, or are they gone?
No, not yet. But that's probably something that they could put in as an ultimate.
Yeah, they absolutely will. At the moment, a lot of the ultimates seem to be just looking at orbital bombardments. you just ping an area and
there's two of those. There's a character who can bring in like a care package, which will guarantee you a certain level of gear.
Savage guns.
There's that robot can make a zip line that anyone can use.
Yeah.
They're a lot of them are just really. It's kind of weird that two of them have kind of overbuild bombardments like ours, because you look at them and go like, actually, it would maybe make more sense if one had a turret. But then maybe they don't want to put a turret in because you do that.
I think the two bombardments are slightly different.
They are different from each other.
One leaves smoke. One's a defensive bombardment where it smokes the whole area out as well, where you can leg it.
It leaves like rockets down and they blow up.
The cluster bombs, Anyway, move on from that because we've been talking about that for fucking days.
I think the last thing I'll say is because it's free, I think it's worth everyone's time to just
absolutely give that shit a spin, if for no other reason than to show people that there is interest in Titanfall products.
And what I'd also say, if you're someone that would be like, so this game is perfect for someone like me, so I'd say something similar as well, where if you like the idea of a battle royale game where you're like, oh, I don't want to play Fortnite because it's full of stupid kids. This game is not full of stupid kids. Like, the grown-ups are playing this game while the fucking babbies are playing Titanfall.
Exactly. This is absolutely not
Titanfall, playing Fortnite.
Yeah, this is a kind of a way out and a way in. Like, it's wonderful. I finished Umbrella Academy.
I've not started
Finished episode 3.
I've finished episode 8.
Yeah.
It's class.
It's super.
Like, I didn't touch the comic. I didn't even know it was a comic. It just popped up on Netflix for me. The show's incredible.
I didn't know it was coming.
Can I ask you a question, mate? Yeah. Because I watched one episode of that fucking, what was that fucking Teen Titans?
Titans.
That is the worst TV I've seen.
It's not good, is it, Ken? They're all fucking lying to us.
It's fucking awful. It made Charmed look like fucking Oscar bait.
I mean, I guess someone eventually had to take on the man. Someone had to Gus it up since Gus has been gone for a while.
Fuck me.
I watched it and I had no interest in watching the second episode. And all you lads talking about violence, I was like, there's no violence in this.
And that fucking tiger, my god.
Oh, it's grim.
I was just like,
nobody ever said the tiger wasn't shy.
Nobody said anything about the tiger. You all kept your mouth shut about the tiger.
Yeah, there's two tigers. There's a real tiger that's just painted green, that's fat and lazy, and there's a CG tiger.
No, we said that's the tiger that Mott's. See, when you say tiger, Mott's take pictures with on their gap year and act like they're fucking culture.
You said that show was great, and now the last episode was brilliant. And there's no way I'm ever getting to the last.
You don't have to watch any of it to enjoy the last episode. I guarantee you.
Yeah, that's just watch the last episode. Just watch the last episode
because the rest. That's an awful show.
It's not, but watch.
It is right. So if Titans. On a scale of 1 to 10 is a 5, because let's say it's average.
Let's say, okay, let's go with that.
Even though I think it's a -5. Where is this Umbrella Academy?
This is a solid 8.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Like, what did you dislike about Titans?
He watched one of it.
The acting was garbage.
The pilot.
It was shit.
It's actually called Pilot. It doesn't even have a name.
There you go, that's how shite it is.
Exactly. A pilot. You watch a pilot.
You watch a pilot and you go, oh, that's good, I'll watch more. I watched that and thought, I hope I never see that ever again.
I persevered and watched all that fucking Knife Flyers garbage as well.
I would watch at least 3 episodes of a show before I make a decision.
No, if you're not, first episode's garbage, game over.
So you've seen the first ever Liverpool match? Ever. No, I enjoyed it.
The thing I would say is different about Umbrella Academy.
Well, production values about 100 times.
Production value
very
gigantic. Fat green tigers in it.
Like the production value, like in all of the 8 episodes I've seen, there's maybe 2 bars of dodgy CGI, maybe. But all of
it just looked to me very X-Men.
It is. It's absolutely allegory.
You can make a comparison. Like the story of it is there's 7 kids who were all born on the same day to mothers who
miraculous
like Jesus babies.
They weren't pregnant the day before.
Yeah, they woke up not pregnant and then gave birth.
And then like a guy, a professor, genius, Superman fella,
Xavier.
No, he's mental. This cunt.
Yeah,
he reminds me more of Chief from Doom Patrol.
Kinda. He goes around to all the mothers and say, I want your baby. This baby's going to be... this is going to be special. I'll buy this baby off it. And they go, right. So he gets 7 of them. And he raises them. And they all have slightly different powers. But that's kind of where the X-Men comparisons... And basically he makes them into a crime-fighting team. And he starts like making like comic books out of them and like merchandise and stuff out of them.
So he makes money out of them as well.
He makes a bit of money out of them. But his whole thing about them is he recognised that at some point in time, the apocalypse is going to happen. And they will be the ones to stop it. So he has to put them together to stop that.
Yeah, these are the only super beings in the
In the whole
But
universe, okay. Yeah.
The whole, like, even though you can, so you go, okay, so they all have powers. Like, 2 of them literally don't use their power. 3 of them don't use their powers for like 90% of the
Yeah,
show.
one of them's powers are shite, right? On
Well,
film.
they can
One-
full
on
copy
film.
without
But-
One of them is dead for the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, one of them's just dead.
He's basically, he talks to the other fella, and
Yeah.
that's it.
One
One,
of the
one
guys-
has no powers that we know of. One is dead, right?
One
But there's a reason for that, obviously, for this later
Kind
seasons,
of.
right?
Right? It all becomes apparent towards the end, right?
Okay.
But the one who has the shittest powers is absolutely the power you want.
Well, they can see people naked.
No, you have to just tell people, like, fucking
Yeah, there's
what
one-
you want to do.
There's a
And
girl
they do
who,
it.
she says, I heard a rumour.
Oh,
basically
she's a
whatever
preacher.
Kind of.
Exactly. She's
She,
got the word
she
of God,
says
yeah.
next. She says like I heard a rumor,
Yeah.
and whatever she says next, you will 100% believe.
Yeah.
So there's a scene in it where like they show a backflash to them when they were kids and they're stopping a bank robbery, and she
This is
tells the fella, I heard a rumor that you shot your friend, and he turns around and he shoots his friend, and then
Yeah.
her whole thing is she did that when she was a kid. At some point, she lost custody of her child because she used the power on the child.
Yeah,
and
to make her
husband
go
caught
to sleep and all
make
that
her
shit.
like she didn't want
Each
to tell her
other
a
night.
bedtime story, so used his power. Husband caught her. She lost the kid. She's refused to use it since then. So she goes through the whole show
without
with
doing
this
jack
power.
shit.
Never used it.
Does nothing.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly. And the rest of them, like, there's like a fucking like giant bloke, muscly monster bloke who lives in the moon, and like.
But that's not even his power.
No,
No.
no.
So that's Watchmen then, isn't it?
It's kind of. It's
What
kind
is
of,
his power?
he
He's just strong.
I haven't a
strength.
clue what his
It's-
power
He
is.
doesn't
super
have a
strength.
power.
It's super strength.
Yeah,
He's just kind of strong.
It's
yeah.
super strength, but
Because you seen them
he's
push
an
him and
astronaut. He's not like he's not Dr. Manhattan living on the moon.
Yeah.
He is an astronaut.
Yeah, it's so weird and
I mean, weren't you saying, Murray, that the original comic was Jared Way,
It's Jared Way
from
from
My
My-
Chemical Romance.
yeah.
It was done through Dark Horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think he got his Doom Patrol run with DC pretty quickly after this finished up. So, and you were saying that it's got a very Doom
I've
Patrol
only seen
vibe.
3 episodes of it, and I admittedly haven't read a lot of Doom Patrol. But
Is Doom Patrol DC's version of X-Men?
kind of
if they were all on acid.
X-Men on us. So it's like there's always something horrible about their
Yeah.
powers.
Yeah, nothing nice about anybody in Doom Patrol.
Like one of them has the Elastigirl has basically the powers of Mr. Fantastic, but whenever she's asleep or unconscious, she just becomes a massive
Yeah,
goo.
just a pool.
So
of
she sleeps in a
glop.
bucket.
Yeah, literally.
Aldo needs
Yeah,
his
it's
bucket,
like
yeah.
if she's unconscious or if she isn't consciously bringing her body together, it just becomes like fucking horrible.
It's like X-Men. It's like if you got X-Men powers from a monkey paw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like there's a
yeah.
catch.
There's always a little
Twilight
catch to it.
Zone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
Negative
always
man.
some corruption
Yeah,
to it.
there's a load of bullshit in it. Listen, I enjoyed it. I finished it. I powered through. It sets up for the sequel. It's definitely me and Id were saying earlier. It's definitely gone off reservation. I think it just uses the comic book as a
Well, your man kind of so with a lot of these shows, comic book nerds will always say like, is it a page by page
No.
recreation?
Yeah.
And the guy said there's keystones and there's
Yeah.
key moments and there's the general idea,
Yeah.
where like the comic is a reference material rather than the script.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also, we get the added bonus. As much I really like My Chemical Romance, but I can't deal with Jared Way's solo stuff. So we only have to deal with one Jared Way song, and it's the outro to the entire season, and it's also a fucking Simon and Garfunkel cover. So you're as it's playing, fucking.
Is My Chemical Romance in it? Because
No.
if it is, I'm not watching.
No, it's not.
No,
Alright.
it just suggests that the next TV show for you to watch as this is playing. So you're
Yeah.
able to. I know, but it's fucking. It's a good song.
What song is it?
It's Hazy Shade of Winter, which the Bangles covered, and it's killer. It's basically where Ghost came from.
Is it as good as Disturbed's cover though?
No, they don't the Sound of Silence.
Yeah.
I actually like that version.
You fucking monster.
No, I'm just saying. I like it.
Disturbed Sound of Silence.
I don't like the story, but I think that this is an absolute side note here. I think the reason I like that song, I like that version of the song, is because it's got all the modern production and it sounds real big and live when you're listening to it. It's real open.
But there's the part where your man is singing and it's
I'm alright with that.
I like it.
I grew up in the 80s. I can listen to that fucking I can listen to all that shit. It's fine. Just don't picture him with two big fucking brass rings hanging out of his lip.
That's all he is, isn't he?
Just put a hood in that. Put a hat in that prick.
Those piercings are fucking terrible.
That's shocking. How's he meant to suck dick? Jesus Christ, Mike.
I can give you tips, but like
Well, maybe that's what that's for. That's for clipping onto the bollocks, so they can't get away. He just turns them upside down, and it's like a ball bag
sack
of loops.
line.
Yeah, it's a sack hook. Exactly. That maybe that's where the fucking voice came from.
That's what the that's what
Oh God. Anyway, I enjoyed the TV show, I have to say.
Yeah, like I watched 3 episodes. I'll probably watch another. I probably won't watch one tonight, but by the weekend I will have finished it.
They're long. That's
Yeah,
the
like
one thing
50
that's worried
minutes
about
a pop.
them, is that each one is like 50 to an hour.
Yeah, but they work.
Many is a year.
10.
10.
It works though.
It's not like it's
In
it's
the
just
scale
weird.
of Daredevil and Punisher and Iron
Oh, it's
Fist
up there.
and-
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah. It's up there with Daredevil. Yeah, it's absolutely that scale of production and that's like epic.
It's even more.
sense.
It's got better production than that.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying like in terms of like fucking.
It's not Punisher in terms of Punisher had a single room and it was a basement somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, they do go.
So they
places.
go around and
They
stuff.
go around places.
the producer shed.
3 rooms.
Shall we just pour a 40 out there for Punisher?
No, it's all over.
It's
lads.
official. Yeah, but
It's
well,
all over.
we knew it was coming. It was a matter of when and not if. But they announced. Was it today? It was today or yesterday.
I missed it
yesterday.
actually. I
It
didn't
was yesterday. They formally cancelled the Punisher and Jessica Jones.
And she's not even out yet.
So
But they said it's the last.
They,
Oh, shit.
they basically
Okay.
said Punisher got cancelled, Jessica Jones got cancelled, but they're still going to air season 3.
Okay.
So season 3 for Jessica Jones was
That
in
was in post production, wasn't it?
yeah. So Jessica Jones season 3's been in the can for a while, for however long Netflix shows are in the can, basically. But look, we knew that was going to happen, but they formally announced it today.
Well, it sounds to me like Hulu, right? Because Al was talking about the Disney, and it'll never be on the Disney Channel, right?
Yeah.
So I was looking at what Disney is bringing out, and it's in fall of this year is Disney Plus, is what the channel is going to be called.
Yeah.
Right? So Disney Plus is just going to be Star Wars, Mandalorian, Pixar. So it's Star Wars, Pixar, and other Disney, Frozen and shit like that. Right?
And
Is Loki out at the start or is that not out at the start?
they've commissioned 3 live action Marvel shows and 4 animated shows
And are they on Disney Plus as well?
on
Yeah.
Disney Plus as well. Yeah, so they
But
announced.
will they be out at the start or are they just going to be there? 'Cause
No,
Loki is one of them that they've said they're doing, but I don't know when it's happening.
Like
I
there's
don't
a,
think it's at the start because they haven't. I think it's an either announced or heavily rumored timeline of the show's hitting.
yeah. I presume they won't be out for the launch if it's being launched this year, but they announced only about a week ago that there's 4 animated shows in production that will be on this platform.
Well,
So they are making unique content. For
Yeah,
it.
but so Bob Iger said this Disney Plus won't have adult stuff on it, right?
Apparently, this is no violence, like heavy violence.
Yeah. So what they're going to say is that anything that they want to do that's like that will be put on Hulu because they own Hulu Chat, right?
Yeah.
They own 60% of Hulu Chat. So I think that what they're definitely going to do is they just want to bring everything in house.
Yeah.
And stop the Netflix 13 episode bullshit. And I think they were going to say, right, let's either start again and keep the things that we like, or get rid of things we don't like, or just continue the story.
Well, I think other so the likes of Titans and the like of this Umbrella Academy has shown that 10 episodes between 45 and 50 minutes is perfect for a superhero show. You can get a nice.
Just have no filler.
Well, I think we talked about this as well when Luke Cage got cancelled. The producers of Luke Cage mentioned that they went to Netflix and said, we have a really tight plot for a season. We hit all, like, it works in 10 episodes. And Netflix said, well, we ordered 13. And they had to just pad it out with some bullshit. So, but speaking of Hulu, the president of Hulu went on an interview and said, when they talked about is there any scope for now all these Marvel shows have been cancelled, he said we would love to put them on the platform because of how popular they are.
Yeah.
So
Well,
now,
the first thing they'll do is they'll repeat them all. They'll take them off.
Well, if they can
Netflix.
get that. Well, apparently Netflix still own the rights to them, so I don't
So then they'll want to bin that. They'll say, right, well, you can keep that, but you can just never show it, right?
Yeah.
We just remake our own
Yeah.
because it's our copyright. So fuck you, right?
Has to be something like that, yeah. Has to be.
I think that I read. Now I didn't look into it too closely, but I read something today. I think with that, I don't know if it was a deal with Netflix, but I think there's a moratorium of 2 years on those characters that they can't do anything new with those characters. Now I'll have to look into that a bit more, but I did see something about a 2 year time frame. But so that might put a very definite time frame on what. But that gives them enough time then to come up with something and put it into pre-production and cast people.
Yeah, that's a pretty standard. No, they wouldn't even be able to start that. They can't take any action to create a show while that deal is still in place.
In 2 years,
like if it's a thing,
okay.
if it is a thing, they can't take any action to be producing a show until that airs, and it is a pretty standard deal for licensing things for licensing IP these days. Okay. Where if you do if I'm licensing my IP to you, like there will be a thing where if I will, or they will say, right, if the deal sours between us and you bring your copyright back, you can't just give it to my competitor the next day. Like if ties are cut, there's basically like a non like
so it's like a no complete clause
like a no compete clause in wrestling or business, where like if two people who own a pub together close the pub, like one of the guys can't just, all right, buy me out of my half, I'm opening a pub next door.
Well, I think if you look at if Disney have the Mandalorian's going to be massive because that cast is amazing and the directors for it are amazing. Like each episode, it's a bit like Black Mirror, where it's like, and Game of Thrones, where each episode is going to be directed by someone else.
Okay.
John Favreau is meant to be the showrunner, but supposedly Dave Filoni is secretly the showrunner.
Who's Dave Filoni?
He's the guy that did the Rebels cartoon. He's basically he's basically George Lucas's sidekick. Yeah, and he really knows Star Wars, and he's actually going to get it right, hopefully. So, Mandalorian will make them huge money. The thing I think is that if Disney Plus becomes a success because of that show, I think the bar writers are around and say, "Fuck it, we'll put violence on, we'll just put it on at 9:00." Like you can password protect your TV.
Like is it a channel? It's a streaming service.
Channel. Yeah, but it's called Disney Plus, and they initially just wanted so that when a kid goes on the menu, you can't pick up Deadpool or whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, you can just do the Netflix model of you can have
account.
Like there's Netflix Kids.
You can have like where your bog standard Netflix has all the content that has your fucking Peppa Pig and your Paw Patrol beside Watchmen and shit like that, and then you can just switch on the kid. There's like you can flip the kid switch and then it's just got all the kid stuff.
Tit filter on. Done.
Never have that filter on. Why would you do that?
You were talking about a new box set for Warhammer 40k, a new starter set.
It's not a starter set. It's like the Vigilus campaign. Blah blah. What's it called? Spearhead.
Shadow Spear.
So basically, it looks to me like there's no core sets going to be done this year. So last year was AOS. The year before was 40k. This year is third year or second year 40k. They're not going to redo the core set.
Yeah,
and they're not going to redo the rules because they've just basically banged through the entire codexes in a year and a half, 2 years. So Gene Steel Cult is the last codex. Probably Sisters of Battle. There's Assassins in the next White Dwarf, whatever. So this is like the interim box set where you put two armies in it. It's the first, you know, where they did those box sets where you'd have some Space Wolves and some Gene Stealers or some Eldar and some Primaris. But they were all old models and they stick one hero in it. Like the Carrion Empire one with ghouls, they stick one new character and it's all old shit. This box set's the first one. Everything's in it's new,
brand new.
So you're getting like 120 quid probably if it matches with the other ones. You're getting 200 quid worth of stuff in it because
that's all. It's pretty much all.
But it's all new, which is the cool part. Because before it's like, do I need 5 more scouts or Gene Stealers or what other garbage they're trying to get rid of?
Yeah.
So this one, it's all new Primaris, and it seems to me they've done exactly with Primaris what they did with Age of Sigmar with the Stormcast. The Stormcast Edition 1 is Liberators and all their bodies,
all the board and stuff and all the upgrades.
Then we bring out Draculith Cavalry in book 2, and then we bring out Griffin Cavalry in book 3 with the shooty guys, and then book 4 when they redid the core set, it's like Sacrosanct, it's the priestly ones and whatever, right? So they're doing like the Primaris came out, and they don't have Devastators and they don't have Assault Marines, they just have these slightly different things. This one now is the Scouts, so it's all advanced, sneaky about, but it's also all new Chaos stuff because the Chaos range is garbage except for Death Guard and Thousand Suns, but that's all brand new. All the old stuff
they're pretty much they're committing to redoing the bog standard Chaos Marines now, aren't they? So these guys are probably going to be like the snap fix because it's a starter box, but I imagine they're going to have to do the typical Chaos
the rumor I heard is that they're not snap fit. That these are the kits. These are you'd buy 10 guys and make whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be proper sprues.
Proper
do what you like,
sprues.
right? So there's
And they'll just they'll release them as individual boxes a couple of months down the line.
exactly right. So this is not you build 5 guys and they all look the same. This is do what you want. I think.
Okay.
So there's leaks. You've seen that. There's havocs. So there's finally Chaos Space Marines with heavy weapons that haven't been available in plastic in the last 20 years.
Yeah. They redid the Obliterators again, or not the.
Yeah, it's Obliterators.
Yeah,
Obliterators, yeah.
They look amazing. They're a mix of all Centurions.
The old metal ones of those are the ugliest models in
Yeah.
the fucking
Yeah.
world at this stage.
So they're nice.
That was
There's the big giant tick, and the latest rumor I read that's kind of interesting on that is the big giant tick that looks like an insect, and it's got like flamethrowers on it. And they're thinking what that is the Chaos rammed horn dude. He's in a novel where he captures the scouts, these ones that are in the box set, and the only one to get away alive is the librarian scout guy.
Yeah.
All the rest of the lads get captured. And he says, just give in to chaos now and you'll be grand. So what they reckon he's done is I'm thinking he's got his hands on the Primaris juice.
Yeah.
And he's basically taken a Primaris Marine and then infusing them with chaos and turning them into giant possessed. So you have normal possessed as a normal Chaos Marine who's half demon.
Yeah.
He's taken good guy Primaris guys
That Gene said, yeah.
and putting possessed into them. So these possessed are going to be on 40mm bases. They're going to be massive, like Terminator sized possessed because they're Primaris.
Yeah.
And then what they reckon is that tick has these flamethrowers on it. It's full of juice and it's full of Primaris juice. And they're just going to run around the battlefield spraying people with Primaris juice to turn them into super Chaos Marines or whatever.
And then they can backdoor into Chaos Primaris because at some point Fabulous Bile is probably going to get a hold of
All of
some
that stuff,
Primaris shit and he's going to start making his own.
Primaris chip, call it.
But here's the thing. But if you're going to bring out new Black Legion normal sized Marines and normal sized Havocs, you're committing to Chaos keeping the normal sized Marines for quite a while.
Yeah.
But
Well,
the
the
whole
main-
idea behind Primaris is meant to be an advancement in the Emperor's fucking.
Well, here's the thing. What they've always said was they go Primaris aren't Space Marines in that they don't have tactical squads. They have guys with just bolters. They don't have Devastator squads. They just have guys with all plasma guns, right?
Yeah.
This box set now, they're snipers with sniper rifles.
Yeah.
They are exactly the same as the Scouts, except
There-
better, right?
There's art going around that looks like it might be a Devastator.
But he's
Yeah.
a Devastator with jump pack legs.
It was
Yeah.
he had the legs of the Inceptors, but it looked like he had like an autocannon or a multi-laser or
He
something.
had something really fucking big.
Yeah.
Real big.
But he has the veins of the Scouts, the Reaver Scouts. So what people are thinking is he can deep strike in, but he won't be then able to jump.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he'll be a one in. So you can just basically drop Devastators wherever you want.
Well, there'll be Devastator replacements of the original Space Marine
Yeah.
Devastators.
So another thing people are saying is if you notice if you go back to the Horse Heresy, when you had the Devastator squad, it would be 10 guys with a las cannon.
Yeah.
And then when it got to Gilliman said, right, you put maximum of 4 in the heavy, and a tactical squad has 1 heavy weapon.
Yeah.
So Gulliman has with the Primaris said, no, we're going back to the old Legion rules where it's the whole squad has to have the same thing.
Yeah.
So there's all these rumours that he might go back to the Legions. He might want to say, right, there's only the Ultramarine Legion now and bring back all the successor chapters.
Okay.
And say that there'll only be 9 chapters because there's only 9 good guys or whatever.
Yeah.
And then some people are going to go, well, I don't agree with that. And that's probably going to be the split. Because
Yeah.
what has happened, and what people have expected Primarchs and they still haven't turned up. Because we got the 2 bad guys and we got 1 good guy and then it's frozen. Everyone's like, when the Space Wolf book, well, it's definitely bringing out Lehman Russ, right?
And they haven't.
And they
Well,
haven't.
there's at least 3. There's at least 3 loyalist Primarchs that aren't dead, quote unquote, that they could bring back.
But everyone was expecting models to be hidden by now.
Yeah.
Like I heard pretty
Gallagher is
heavy.
pretty much the only one
I heard
that's happened.
pretty heavy rumors about Lionel Johnson supposedly coming.
Yeah,
up.
but there's no sign
and
of it,
then it's been like a year and nothing.
Yeah. So what I think is going to happen is that this box set's going to come out. Chaos are going to. Abaddon's going to be back with a new super duper model. He looks
Yeah.
baller from what we've seen.
Everyone's holding their dicks waiting.
Yeah, Al's basically stroking right now. Right?
Al's been edging himself for about
Edging
2 years for this
from-
model.
When he finally lets this jet out, there could be a
24
tsunami, right?
That's why Al hasn't been here. He's too
got-
busy at home.
He's got to
edging
make
himself
so
over
many
Abaddon.
Primaris Marines.
This is a jet, yeah. But see, I think what's going to happen is they're going to bring back Abaddon, bring back all these new chaos. That's going to fuck the Imperium up, and then I think they're going to have a schism. I think they're going to say some Marines like the Primaris and some don't. Because they have to, if they are replacing Scouts, they are replacing the Space Marine range.
Yeah.
But I don't think they want to not sell those models.
Yeah.
Because if it's a plastic kit, they'll sell it forever.
Yeah.
The only plastic you can't buy right now is Empire Knight and maybe one or two other things, right? If it was made in plastic, they still sell it.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to pull any of those Space Marines. But what I think they want to do is say, this is the good guys and they're super duper. And these are the guys that went, fuck that super duper bullshit. And so I think they want to divert them.
Maybe, yeah.
So could you even see? So this is something from kind of fan made fluff, but I think Bella Lost Souls did it. But they did the Dornian heresy, where they reversed the loyalists and the traitors, and it was if Dorn became the War Master instead of Horus. So it's all the guys that are loyalists now are the traitors, and all the guys that are the traitors are the loyalists. And what happened with the Ultramarines were, because they're on the eastern fringes, basically they never got the message that they just heard all the Imperium's fuck lads. So they essentially, the Ultima Segmentum basically became, so Gilliman went, we're going to start the second Imperium of Man here, but they started communicating and trading with the Tau. So they had like the Ultramarines in that alternate reality have like super like Mark 25 power armor and pulse bolters and shit like that.
Or stealth suits or whatever. Yeah.
So maybe they're doing something similar like that, where there's the Imperium, and then the Ultima Segmentum is the second.
Well,
Imperium.
you have this rift now in the galaxy, right? So there's one half and the other half. And what I think they could say is, Chaos have closed that bottleneck of Vigilus. So this half of the Empire is going to be run by Guilliman, and it's going to be all Primaris.
Yeah.
And these guys on the other side aren't going to get any more reinforcements. So any Primaris they lose are going to die, and they're just back to you just have to make normal dudes, right?
Yeah.
And I think they could pick. The problem is they've sold a Dark Angel lieutenant. They made 50 million lieutenants, right?
Yeah, they went in half on it.
Well, they've let everyone who bought the last core set went on and said, "Well, I'm an Imperial Fist, so I'm painting mine yellow."
Yeah.
So everyone has took those Imperial Primaris Marines and painted them whatever colour they want.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to take them off people and say they don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
They painted themselves into a corner that way. So I don't know if they're actually going to then say, do you know what? Half of you can't have it and half of you can.
Yeah.
And I'd have to do something because
and then you don't want to do the whole tier thing of, oh well, you're Imperial Fists, so you can have everything that released up until this point, and then we're cutting you off.
Yeah, I'd love to be inside GW and see where this is actually going. Because obviously, last year was normal Primaris. This year is going to be stealthy Primaris.
Specialised.
Next year could be close combat even Primaris. The
It
year
could be
after
like
that could be
bikers and
bikes and other shit, right?
They said one of the rumours coming out, now it's not going to be released in this box set, but one of the releases coming as a result of this, they're going to do essentially the Primaris Rhino. So if you want to,
There's a rumour there's a vehicle in this kit.
but it wasn't it looked like a land speeder from the pictures.
Well, people are saying, well, that could be the Rhino. It could be just a land speeder with doors on it, right? So,
Interesting. Anyway, we'll knock this on the head for this week, and hopefully everything's back to normal, and we are recording every week from now on. And fuck the